السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. مدد يا رسول مدد يا سادة أصحاب رسولنا مدد يا مشاهد دستورنا إن شاء الله فاز داسنا إن شاء محمد مدد طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجميع. يعني سنة مباركة وصلاة.
May this new year be blessed,
خير لنا وسلاس إن شاء الله.
and may this new year be the means for goodness to come forth.
Okuduğumuz ayet veylül mutaffifin diyor Allah Azze ve Celle. İnsanlara merhamet etsinler de insanın nefsi
In this ayah we've just recited, Allah Almighty mentions the importance of being merciful with each other.
zalimdir. Başkasına zulüm yaparken kendi de zulüm görür.
And those who are tyrants and oppress others are the ones who will be oppressed and tyrannize themselves.
Bu aşırı kazanç sağlamak için hile yapanlara
There are people who go extreme, and in order to gain more and more money, cross borders and go extreme in order to make a greater income.
vay hallerine diyor Allah Azze ve Celle.
And Allah Almighty says, woe to those who, in order to get more money or to generate a greater income, fool and cheat others.
Şimdiki zaman insanların tamah ettikleri, tamahla yürüdükleri
We now live in a time where people are driven by their ego's desires, wanting and craving more and more.
çok aşırı gittikleri bir zamanda yaşıyoruz.
And we now live in a time where people's desires have gone beyond limits.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Onlar kazanıyoruz zannediyor diyor Allah.
Those who think that they are gaining something through cheating, Allah Almighty says,
Azze ve Celle ama hem insanlara hem pahalı veriyor hem tartıda oynuyorlar.
and the way they cheat is by selling things for a higher price or being unjust while weighing on the scale,
Hem kalitede oynuyorlar
or they compromise quality,
hem aşırı pahalı veriyorlar.
or they go extreme when it comes to prices.
Bunlara verildiği cehennemde bir vadidir o.
There is a valley in hell reserved for those who cheat and manipulate others,
Orada onlar hesabını verecekler, cezalar.
and this valley called Vale, which is reserved to those who cheat others, will be the place where they will be held accountable and where they will be punished for their going extreme and cheating others for generating greater income for themselves.
Larını çekecekler. Burada fakir fukaranın rızkını alıp da zengin olduk diye seviniyorlar ama
They usurp what belongs to the poor in order to generate greater income for themselves, and now they are happy that they made themselves be rich on the shoulders of the poor.
ahirette muhakkak onun hesabını verecekler.
However, they will regret in the hereafter, where they will be held accountable and pay the price for their cheating.
Çünkü vicdan olması lazım ki
There needs to be consciousness. There needs to be conscience.
onlar düşünsün diye. Düşünmeyince, vicdan olmayınca da
Allah Almighty gave people a conscience in order to think,
kendi kendine zarar vermiş oluyor.
but people who act without conscience, they harm themselves.
Bu son 2-3 senedir denge iyicene kayboldu.
In the last 2-3 years, we have seen that things have gotten out of control completely.
İstediği şey yapıyor. İnsanlar
and there is no balance any longer. People do whatever they like, or they do anything they desire.
Biri yapınca ötekisi yapıyor, ötekisi yapınca ötekisi yapıyor.
And one does something, and then the other does it, and the other does it, and this vicious circle continues.
Ne kadar para alsa insan, ne kadar insanlar da fazla para istiyoruz, maaş istiyoruz diyerek
Prices are increasing, and people are wanting an increase in their income.
zaten sen aldığın parayı keşke hiç vermese, fazlanı da fiyatlar aynı kalsa.
But as wages increase, prices increase even more, and people wonder if wages would have stayed the same so that prices would not have increased.
Da düşünüyor. Toplu halde insanlar akılsızca hareket ediyor.
People in general are acting and behaving without reason and without mind.
Bu da neden? İman zayıflığından.
And what is the reason behind this? It is the absence or the weakness of faith.
İmansızlıktan
It is because of the lack of faith,
bu haller insanların başına geliyor.
and it is because of the absence of faith that people undergo these various states we now experience.
Ve zengini zalim,
Rich people are oppressors and tyrants.
fakiri gafil.
Poor people have become heedless.
Ondan sonra işte bu haller geliyor.
And then the result is what we now experience.
Ha, bunların da öyle burada istediğini yapıyor insanlar.
People do as they like,
Zannediyor ki kazandık.
and they think that through cheating they are gaining something and obtaining an advantage.
Ha, bunun ahireti de var.
But they must know that behind this advantage there will be a price to be paid in the hereafter.
Ahirette var, bunun hesabını sorulacak.
There is going to be a hereafter where you will be held accountable,
Vakit da var.
and there will come a time when you will pay the price.
Onun için insanoğlu ahiretine de dikkat etmesi lazım.
We need to be careful not only about this world but particularly about our hereafter.
Bunun hesabı var.
There is a price and there is an account we are going to give in the hereafter.
Sen bir yere girip de istediğin gibi her şey yapamazsın.
You can't just go enter somewhere and do anything as you like.
Senin yapacağın kadar şeyler var, yapamayacağın şeyler var.
There's a limit of those things which you are allowed to do, and there are things which you cannot do and should not do.
Onun için Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem tacir, emanetli olan tacir, emniyetli olan tacir benden cennette.
That is why our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that a tradesperson who is trustworthy is going to be close to me in the hereafter.
İki böyle dedi, hani yan yana.
And our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, made a sign of that closeness side by side, that those who are trustworthy in their trade will be close next to our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him.
O kadar şeydir ama insanlara da sahtekarlık yapıp da
Those, however, who cheat others,
fazla para kazanan fakirlerin hallerine düşünmeyen de onlara da
those who, without thinking about the needy and the poor, who require higher and expect high prices,
cehennemde vel deresi var.
they must know that in hell there is the valley called Whale that is reserved for them, where they will be held accountable.
Şimdi dikkat etmek lazım.
Therefore, one needs to be careful.
Her şeyi kazanç var. Kazançla beraber bereket olsun.
Because it's not only about gaining wealth or income, it's also about having the blessing of barakah.
O yeter, fazla kazandım deyip de bereketsiz olup da haram olunca
There's no benefit in gaining a lot, without having barakah, without having that blessing,
hiç faydası olmaz, zarar.
there is no use in gaining a lot through unjustified means by doing haram things. There will be no blessing, there will be no barakah in that, and instead one should strive for the barakah of one's income.
Olur. Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us,
Allah hepimize de yardım etsin.
and may Allah Almighty support us all.
Hakikaten fakir fukara çok
There are many poor people
zor durumlarda.
who undergo difficult situations,
Allah yardımcımız olsun.
and may Allah Almighty be our supporter and helper,
Allah insanlara da vicdan versin.
and may Allah Almighty give people the awareness of their conscience,
Onlara merhamet versin inşallah.
and may Allah Almighty give them mercy.
Allah tevfik. El Fatiha.